this from Dawg Pound Daily. One defensive starter that needs to be replaced. And they go with John Johnson III. He hasn't played well. Let me ask you this. Do you think he can play the single high safety in Jim Schwartz defense? And where I'm going with this, I think there was a little bit. Joe Wood's defense, I think, was just too complicated. It was like you're trying to do, trigonometry instead of just doing addition.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Schwartz definitely simplifies things. But if you look at what Schwartz ran in 2020, his last year as DC in Philly, there's a lot of cover one. And in cover one, you're asking your free safety to have incredible range. And I don't think John Johnson has that kind of athletic ability to give that kind of range. He's better closer to the box. But unfortunately, so is Grant Delpit. And I think if the Browns are forced to choose between the two, it's going to be an easy equation. John Johnson's due way too much money to have an overlapping skill set with someone that you're trying to, feature in your defense like Delpit. So I think that he'll be on his way out.
Yeah, I can see that as well. The other thing that's kind of interesting, so Schwartz will put the linebackers up, and then you get to basically you have to figure out where they're going to drop, and that's something that we didn't see a lot of that.
No, and with someone like JOK's athletic ability, he's going to be a prime candidate to be someone who guards that deep hole in the cover one schemes that Schwartz likes to run. And you got to see some of that this weekend in the games with Fred Warner, his ability to cover that deep middle of the field from the linebacker position, coming up in that mug stunt to be able to drop back like that. Well, if you're a team like the Browns with someone like JOK, you need to be looking at that. That's something you can take advantage of with his unique skill set. So I think you're going to see little wrinkles like that. And I think JOK could definitely flourish in Schwartz's scheme if utilized properly.
The other thing that you saw is you saw guys coming off the line of scrimmage, and the blitzes were very we just haven't seen those. And I think you're going to see a lot of those with Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, throughout his career, Schwartz hasn't been a crazy blitzer because he's been able to get the pressure with his front four. But we'll see he's able to pivot off that because outside of Myles Garrett, they don't have any clear-cut answers as pass rushers right now. That doesn't mean they're not going to add people and things won't develop, and players that are on the team might even evolve into being that guy, someone like an Alex Wright. But in the meanwhile, they might have to manufacture pressure, and if they have to do that, Schwartz will have to get creative.
The one thing he said is you want to blitz on your terms. So I think that's something that he may say, all right, we're not getting what we need to, let's do this.
Yeah, that's definitely on the table. We'll see, like with the wide nine scheme, it's going to leave certain areas vulnerable. So he's going to have to bring pressure up from different areas. And it's all about sight unseen stuff. And right now, this defense hasn't ever shown the ability to be a blitz heavy team because of the way they were employed with Joe Woods. So with Schwartz, it could be a whole different ball of wax. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.